Mona, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing. My goal for this year was to hit 100 subscribers and we're just a little over that, so I am over the moon. Take a moment to thank you guys so much. It means a lot and I've got so many fun videos planned in the future. If you're a new subscriber, say hi in the comments. Today we're going to do an end of year tag because I have seen everyone doing this. I want to join in the trend as well. I believe it was created by Ariel Bissett on YouTube and I'm very excited to answer all the questions. I'm doing it a bit late. I think it's more early November, but better late than never. It's going to be a pretty chill video. I'm going to lay out some plans for the rest of the reading year. The first question: are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Yes, I'm currently reading two books, Between Us and No Longer Human. They're both heartbreaking in their own way. In the first one, contemporary romance is a betrayal, breach of trust. That's always hard to read about, but I've read the author's other work. Healing is just so beautiful. I love her writing, I love her protagonists, and I love the journey they take. Next is No Longer Human. It's quite a short book, so it's not going to take me long to finish it. It's my first book by Dazai. I was first introduced to the author in his anime form through Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't know, that's a bit weird to say. Since then, I've had this on my TBR. I've been fascinated by this author, by this character study. So far, it is very sad. It's a very in-depth character exploration. I can't wait to finish it, and I'll probably include it in my November wrap-up, which will be on this channel, so like and subscribe if you want to hear my thoughts on that. Do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? Now, I'm on the other side of the world, so the end of the year for us is summer. So right now we're in spring and it will turn into summer by December. But taking that into consideration, it's also Christmas. So I have been on the lookout for really good Christmas romances that I want to add to my TBR. A little bit of a spoiler for a future video, but I might do a reading Christmas romances for a week video because you can never have too many Christmas romances. Says me and Hallmark, alright? We're like this. We agree on everything. This is totally unrelated, but my ultimate dream is to be in a Hallmark Christmas movie. Like, that is... as an actor, that is my ultimate goal. I just want to be in rom-coms. They're themed around Christmas, all the better. It's such a beautiful time and I can't imagine anything else getting me back into the Christmas spirit. I should decorate this bookshelf to be more Christmassy, I reckon, next month. Maybe summary reads. I don't usually read a lot of summary books. I am getting into fantasy. I don't know if that does set the Christmas mood with a little cozy in front of the fire, but not really when the fire is the sun, if that makes sense. Is there a new release you're still waiting for, or is there a new release from this year that you still need to get into? Honestly, I've been really good with new releases this year. I have bought books as soon as they come out. For example, Immortal Longing, Swordcatcher, Yellowface. I've read them all within like the first few months that they've come out, so I've been really good with new releases this year. But outside of that, I want to read The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. I've read the first trilogy and I think this is a continuation of it. It's in the same universe, so of course I will definitely want to read this. It's such a beautiful series. It's such a beautiful world that she's built. I'm a big fan of the character and I want to see what happens to them in the future. But also A Study in Drowning. I've heard about that book over on Book Talk. It's been on my TBR and I definitely want to read that soon. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Only 3? Off the top of my head is Babel. It is the only R.F. Kuang book that I have yet to read. I loved Yellowface. I want to delve into that as well. I think it's because it's fairly long. I haven't quite had time to pick that up yet. I've heard a lot of praise. Next, I would love to read The Vampire Lestat, which is the second book after Interview with the Vampire. I want to read that book for another video, part 2 of reading vampire books for a week. If you want to check out the first part, I will link it in the description. I had so much fun exploring the world of vampires and what they represent thematically, and I think Anne Rice is an amazing author, so I will not hesitate to jump into the second book before season 2 of the show comes out. If you haven't seen the show, you definitely need to watch the show. It really brings the books to life in the best way. Finally, the third book that I want to get to is Jade City. I'm always on the lookout for more adult fantasy. The series comes highly recommended. It's been on my TBR for the longest time and I cannot wait to finally read it. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Honestly, all 3 books that I just mentioned before could very well be contenders for my favorite book of the year. They all come highly recommended. They're all subject matter that I'm interested in. I do read broadly, but I'm always gonna be a fantasy girly at heart. Maybe a romance will come out of nowhere and be one of my favorite books of the year. Because I read from different genres, it's really hard to pinpoint just one favorite book of the year. In the coming weeks, I might make a top 5 or top 10 favorite books of the year. I've read more than 70 books this year, so hopefully that's coming soon. I'm really excited about it. Thinking about what books to include right now. Have you already started making reading plans for next year? Reading plans, not so much, but I have started making video plans. Like, I have a list of videos to go along with that, so I will read the books and then make the video. I've never done a TBR video. I do put little photos on TikTok, but that's as far as I go because I'm very much a mood reader. If I get a video idea, I will stop everything I'm reading and then just work on that and read every moment, every spare chance I have. Just either have my headphones or the book in my hand wherever I go. I cannot plan out what books I will read for the coming month unless it's a themed video or a special video or a book that I'm really excited about. There we go. That is my quick video, a quick contribution to the end of the year book tag. I noticed I haven't done a tag since newbie tag over a year ago, and then I took that little break and now I'm back. Doing more tags in the future. It's fun. It's fun contributing, and it's fun seeing everyone's different ideas, especially now that 2023, we're already in November. It's gone by very quickly. It's nice to have this as a little diary just to see and check back on and see if I did read them, if I did like them, and what my opinions ended up being on them. What are your plans, autumnal, Christmassy, or summery, wherever you are in the world? Comment them below. Comment your next read. I'd love to hear about them. If you've read any of the books I mentioned in this video as my next reads, please comment what you thought about them. I'd love to read that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. That would help out tremendously. And as always, see you on the flip page. How are we already at the end of the year? Like, this year has flown by so quickly.